Hanukkah began in 200 BCE when King Antiochus III of Syria took over the land of Israel from King Ptolemy V of Egypt. At first, this king said he wanted the Jews who lived in the land of Israel to continue acting the way they always had, worshiping their God and keeping the Shabbat. But when his son Antiochus VI became king, things changed. There were a group of Jews living in Syria who wanted to live like their Syrian Hellenistic neighbors, who worshipped the Greek gods. They convinced the new king that most Jews were like them, but they said a small group of religious fanatics in the land of Israel was oppressing the Hellenized majority of Jews in the land of Israel and keeping them from doing what they wanted. So Antiochus abandoned the land of Israel, supposedly to free the Hellenized Jews. Of course, when they got there weren't really so many Hellenized Jews on the spot. Really, the Hellenized Jews from Syria just wanted every Jew to follow their rules by making them worship Zeus and other Greek gods, and to force the others to stop keeping Shabbat. Some Jews didn't want to, and they kept celebrating Shabbat. But when Antiochus found out about these Jews, he punished them by killing them. He took Jerusalem by force, installed an idol of Zeus in the temple. Pretty soon was committing all sorts of atrocities and massacres. Judah Maccabee and his brothers wanted to fight back. They got some armor and some weapons and fought against the Syrian Greeks. The plan was to attack at night so the enemy was not able to see them. And then, after they did damage, they would retreat to their hideout. They faced a major challenge. How was this small group going to beat the gigantic Syrian Greek army? They could have just given up, gone into hiding, said it's too hard. What do we do when we face obstacles? Before I tell you the rest of the story of Hanukkah, I'd like to tell about one of my heroes, someone who overcame major obstacles in his own life, the creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri. Tajiri was born on August 28, 1965, in Tokyo, to a Nissan car salesman and a housewife. Tajiri grew up in Maeda, Tokyo, which at the time was still farm country. Growing up in the country, Tajiri enjoyed insect collecting as a hobby. It would prove to be an inspiration for his later video game work. In fact, other children called him Mr. Dr. Bug, and he wanted to be an entomologist when he grew up. As the cities of Japan spread, more land was paved over. Many of the places for hunting bugs were lost. When he grew up, Tajiri wanted his games to allow children to have a magical feeling of catching and collecting small creatures as he had. As a teenager, he became fascinated with arcade games and used them to pass the time, for his parents thought him a delinquent for it. He almost failed out of high school. Because of his fascination with video games, Tajiri frequently cut classes. As a result, he nearly did not graduate. His father attempted to get him a job at the Tokyo Electric Power Company, but Tajiri refused to take the position. However, he did manage to take makeup classes and eventually earn his high school diploma. His interest eventually evolved into attempting to plan his own games. Tajiri did not attend college, but instead went to a 2-year technical school at Tokyo National College of Technology, where he studied electronics. As you can see, Tajiri faced many challenges before he created Pokemon, but perhaps the greatest challenge he faced was Asperger's syndrome. He was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder only as an adult. Speaking of autism, he said, "I always have and always will continue to advocate that autism does not mean limitations. There are countless stories of autistic individuals building successful lives and careers. The key element with autistic individuals is to find their niche. Do not force anything on them they do not want to do. If they enjoy reading encyclopedias, then let them read away. It's a comfort for them, escape into their own world, which they need from time to time. Like Tajiri, I have faced and will face many challenges in my life. I also have autism, not exactly like Tajiri, but similar. When I was younger, it was very hard for me to control myself and keep myself calm. This has been one of my biggest challenges. I am very lucky to be able to go to a new art school, which has helped me learn how to keep control of myself and respect other people. It has been difficult for me to make friends. When I was younger, I had difficulty getting along with other people. Learning to control myself has allowed me to get along with other people my age. I have been lucky to make a couple of very good friends. A few years ago, I would not have been able to participate in groups with kids my own age. Now I am able to be part of both Boy Scout Troop 55 and the team of here at the temple. Getting along with my siblings has always been a challenge. My parents told me that when Noam and Shana were born, I was very happy and loved to play with them. As I grew older, playing with my siblings became much harder. Sometimes it is very hard to be with them. But even though it is hard, I still love them, and even though they don't always act like it, I know that they love me too. Sometimes it is easier because Noam also likes to play the DS, and we both go to Boy Scouts and Casino. As I get older, I know that things will get even better because of the support of my family, my school, and my friends. Like Tajiri, I would like to design video games when I grow up. And even though I know I face challenges, I do believe that I can do it also, just like Tajiri did, and just like the Maccabees did. As you may have guessed, the Maccabees defeated the king. However, before the king left, he destroyed the temple and all the oil to light the menorah. The Jews came into the destroyed temple and found a small amount of oil, to light the menorah, which would only last one day. It was a miracle, and the oil lasted 8 days. I admire the Maccabees for their courage and their creativity in overcoming the challenges they faced. I know that whatever challenges we all face, we can overcome them with courage, creativity, and a little help from God. The Maccabees established these days of praise and thanksgiving we call these events. Personally, I would like to take this moment to give praise and thanks to Rabbi Moody Schwartz for helping me write this Devar Torah. Thank you to Rabbi Malamet for his encouragement and helping me to get ready for this day. Thank you, Savta, Saba, Bubby, and Grandpa for giving me support. Noam and Shana, I know that it's sometimes not easy being my siblings, but thank you for being part of my life. I know that you love me as much as I do. Finally, I want to thank Ima and Abba. Ima, thank you for putting together my bar mitzvah celebration. Thank you, Abba, for helping me learn my Torah portion and listening to my Devar Torah. Thank you both for always being there for me, no matter how difficult I make things, and I love you both very much.